What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Chris back again with another video for you guys today. In this video I want to discuss all things around the market, talking about Serie A special cards. The Serie A team of the season is finally out, SBCs, SBC fodders, and what is to come over the next few days. If you guys do enjoy this type of content, make sure you guys do drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here as well. First thing I want to show you guys is the content that we did come out with today. If my menus would load quick enough, we got Allan, and as I like to always tell you guys, every single Friday we've had an SBC that has been pretty good value, and this Allan is coming in. If I look right now on FUPin, it's coming in. The first squad is 52,000, the second squad is 85, and the third one is 116. So this is going to be about a 250,000 coin SBC, which people would gladly take for a card of this stature. Obviously, you get some pack value back. He has 86 pace, 81 shooting, 88 passing, 91 dribbling, 92 defending, and 91 physical. That whole right side is a money maker for people. They love it. The nationality is great as well. This is a really good card. If you look, he has some key stats. 92 composure is great. 99 stamina for a midfielder is great. Agility balance is amazing. And he's got the acceleration and the sprint speed to kind of go along with it as well. Defending stats are incredible, and then the strength and the aggression is incredible as well. So that is what we got today. Now here is the Serie A team of the season team. Now I'm gonna be honest with a lot of you guys. These cards right now, for me, are cheaper than I thought they'd be. And I don't understand the reason why, because if I go and show you guys some cards on the market, a lot of them are super rare. And you know, if you look at a guy like Ningland, for example, if he's on the bench right here, he doesn't have much supply, and none of these cards really. If you look at, for example, if we're gonna go back onto the market here, and I want to show you guys right, like Milinkovic-Savic, right? Milinkovic-Savic on the market, I was taking a look at him a little while ago, trying to get him at 380, because I was thinking about maybe a little overnight flipping aspect, kind of thing. So if you look at 300k plus, if you look at the supply this card's got. This is a 400k card, you know, and he's got 4 pages, not even. If you look at, you know, for example, like Luis Alberto even. Luis Alberto would be another card that, yeah, he's at 97 overall, and honestly, that card looks, you know, decent, but I don't know how many people actually use the card. If you look at the supply here, you know, he's got 3 pages. 3 pages. Nobody was opening packs up today, and this is the reason why. You know, I don't think people, at this point in the game, I think, yes, a Ronaldo factor is there. People do want to get this Ronaldo card, but I think they also have something in mind, Ligue 1 team of the season, and also Ultimate coming right after that. So that, for me, is probably a reason why a lot of people didn't go out and just rip a ton of packs today. Because I was opening up lightning rounds on a friend's account earlier today, and we pretty much got through about 70,000 FIFA points within 15-20 minutes, and honestly, nobody, like, the packs were not gone. There was about, I think, 10,000 left when we were done, and that was 20-30 minutes in. So, you know, you guys could see that there was not many cards coming up on the market today. These cards are very rare, but what I don't understand is they are very cheap as well. A guy like Milinkovic-Savic is at 400,000 coins for his card. And if you look at this Chris Smalling as well, I'm really surprised by this. A Chris Smalling card is at 220,000 coins on the market. Not very supplied for a 200k card, if I'm being honest with you. How many pages are there? Like first night, what are we saying, like less than 10? Yeah, about a little less than 10 pages. About little less than 100 cards on the market. But if you look at him, he's actually like 230,000 coins. He's only 222.30. So that is interesting to me, how this card is pretty cheap for how good he actually is. I mean, the acceleration is probably what kills that card, because I believe acceleration is like how fast can you get to your max speed, right? So if your sprint speed's at 94 but you have a low acceleration, that's not the best for a card. You want your acceleration and your sprint speed to be kind of be around the same thing, around the same one. So if he had, like, you know, this card maybe would be better at 88 acceleration, 89 sprint speed, something like that. But he's got great physical, he's got great defending, his balance is not very good, his agility is not great either, but he does have 87 composure, some good passing stats as well from a center back. We also got a Manolas card, again, a card that usually, And I'm just maybe thinking that there's not enough hype in this team because if I look at this Manolas right now, I think he's about 250,000. He's actually up right now from where he was, which might give us an opportunity actually to get in one of these cards because they have not updated the price of this Manolas card, and there could be an opportunity to snipe underneath 240,000 coins if someone only looks at the if somebody only looks at the flipping price and they don't actually go on the market and show what he actually is. So maybe you find one at 230 here. If you're trying to flip any of these cards, they are rare, so if there is any sort of demand on the market in the morning, by the time you're watching this video, you're probably going to see the market already starting to move up for these cards. But if you do not, and there's not enough supply here, and you might want to take the opportunity or a chance of trying to make some coins on some of these cards, maybe you look like as soon as possible at some of these cards before 8 to 9 a.m. UK, because that's when people start to wake up a little bit and they start to buy cards for their weekend league squads. So if you guys want to, just go check their flipping graphs, see where they've been, see where they are at right now. For example, this DeVry here was about 143,000 coins earlier today. He's now up at 158, pretty consistent. This Teo Hernandez is making some market movements as well, boys. He was down to about, if I look at the graph really quickly here, I believe 410 was his cheapest. Let me go take a look here. Yeah, he hit a 419, but actually he hit a 396 at his lowest. His lowest was a 396. He is now back up to 430,000 coins. So we can go take a look at this really quickly here. At 430. Again, a card that just doesn't have much supply, if I'm being honest. For 93 left back, there is actually one at 420 and 460 on the market, but Flippin does show him at 430 to 435. So if you take a look right now, this would be something that you would be looking at. Okay, what's the supply to 460? If I buy at 416, how many cards are there between 416 and 460? And if I look right now, you know, you got about 6 on this page. You got about 4 or 5 overnights. So that's, let's just say that's 10 cards. Right here, this page is about another 5. So let's just say that's 15 cards. You got about another 5 here. That's about 20 cards. About 20 cards between, you know, 416 and 460. So maybe you decide to try to make a little bit of coins doing that tonight. Let's talk a little bit about SBC fodder. SBC fodders right now on the market are kind of cheap, man. And the reason for this, man, I believe is people have a lot of these high-rated team of the seasons and stuff that they're just not using anymore. So it's not really something that people are using high-rated fodders for. But like we saw with the Liga NOS Guaranteed and other SBCs this week, if you give a high chemistry SBC, you will see market movements on these SBC fodders. So if I were you guys, I'd club stock some 82s, some 83s, 84s I'd club stock, 85s, 86s. I would all club stock these cards, man, because these are getting a little cheap in my opinion. I mean, for an 89 overall, being anything under 30,000 coins is pretty remarkable. We haven't seen those kind of, let's just say we haven't seen those kind of prices in a very, very long time on this game. So definitely take a look at these high-rated fodders. 88s at 22, 89s at 28, 87s at 16, 17. I mean, when was the last time you said that about 87 overall? So, in my opinion, club stocking is the way. Don't go balls deep in these cards because then you're not going to have fun with the game. You're not going to be able to open packs. You're not going to be able to do SBCs. So don't go unassigned, but definitely club stock these cards. I think this is a good opportunity for you guys to do that. I think there's going to be an SBC soon that makes high-rated fodder do go up. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and obviously this is Allan's card here. We saw a lot of movement on Serie A specials. Remember the video that I made on Wednesday that talked about Serie A specials? Today, what had happened is because of the overinvestment, people sold off. And in my opinion, the reason why they sold off is because, one, the team of the season cards are super cheap, like DeVry, like Smalling, right? And they have boosted up stats that people want to go and try. But you also have certain cards that people overinvested in. And this is clear as day. For a card like Hateabor, this is a big one that really went down today. And this has to do with Quadrado being super cheap, being 213k with some very, very, very good stats. 98 pace, 84 shooting. He's got all 80 plus stats. He is down at 150,000 coins, but he went down at his lowest today about 135. I think that was his lowest. He went from 180 all the way down to 135 at his lowest, and he's back up to 146. A lot of cards went down again. Nainggolan's cards went down again, and that might also have been due to Allan card. You know, Allan's card coming out affects all midfielders in the Serie A because people are using him not only at CDM, center mid, center attacking mid to get links anywhere. So they are using him in a team, and obviously Nainggolan is a card that usually plays about CDM in people's teams, and you're seeing everyone just overinvest and sell off because of the SBC, because of some of the team scenes be super cheap as well, and because of the overinvestment. So is this like kind of like the thing that's going to happen to these cards over the week? No, I think a lot of these cards are going to rebound, but I think what was healthy for the market in a sense is like, if you bought a card, let's just say for example you bought Nainggolan's 86 at 34,000 coins, which is where he was a few days ago. If you look at Thursday, right, he was about 34,000 coins. If you bought this at 34,000, you're already still making coins on Nainggolan. If he goes even lower during a weekly sell-off this week, I might take a look at buying that again, because I just think that people are going to buy into those cards again in case they do need links to other players. Going full Serie A, they get links to red players. It's healthy for the market because people have already gotten out of their overinvestment. They've already panic sold. Now the only thing that is to come is either weekly sell-off or people starting to buy back in now. So in my opinion, these cards are going to go right back up. Probably you'll see some market movements on those like Sunday night is when I think you'll probably see them start to go up again as patrons start telling people, look, this is a card that will probably rise again. And you'll obviously have the market movements next week with people linking them with reds, obviously. Now, this is a card that had a good market movement today, and I told you guys to buy this Ronaldo in form. I told you guys to buy Ronaldo. It was going to be an easy investment. He was at 580 on Thursday. On Wednesday, what was he at as well? He was about... where was he at this Wednesday? He was about 574, and right now he's about 610, 620. That I expect to keep rising. And Xbox, he had a really high price as well. If you look at the Xbox graph a few days back, you see that this car was around the 440, 450 range, and then obviously today you now see him at over 500. So you're making some good profit on that Ronaldo if you bought into that card. The shapeshifter has risen as well as anticipated. I said that this card was going to go over 1.5. It is good that it did. It's going to keep rising in price, in my opinion, because the team of the season, which, by the way, I don't believe is going to stay at 7.3. I think, honestly, this is up a little bit right now. But this team of the season, Ronaldo, is going to be about 6.5 mil. 6.6, 6.7. I don't believe it being under 6, but I don't think it's going to be over 6.5 either. This card is going to get supplied a little bit more. I do think this Dybala card is going to drop. This Lautaro Martinez is interesting as well, guys, because Lautaro, he had a review, a few reviews from people, and the card pretty much tanked, or just, he was extinct at one point today, but then he went down again. The reason why, in my opinion, is because people are finding out that this card isn't very good. 96 pace, 96 shooting, 98 physical would beg to differ, but from what I'm hearing, a lot of big YouTubers and content creators are saying that this card is not very good, which may influence his price as the days go on here. Now, what happened to previous specials from the Bundesliga? Did they go up? Did they go down? Well, they didn't really do much today. Like, if anything, they probably just stayed stagnant. This card was up a little bit. Now he's down again. I think he was back. He was like 950. He's now down. Yeah, he's down 100,000 coins today. This Sancho, I think, is down a little bit. This Kimmich might be up a little. From the price that I remember seeing him at. Yeah, this price is definitely up from where he was on Thursday. But you're seeing some other cards dropping, and that is the reason why for that is because the new team of the season's out. They're cheaper on the market. They're new, and people want to try them out with their team. So that is why you see previous specials, previous team of the seasons dropping in price every single week now. And obviously, like Aguero and these kind of cards, they continue to drop in price as well. If you look at Sergio Aguero here, the more strikers that come out in this game, the more overpowered ones, the lower that this card actually goes. He's up a little bit right now because of Weekend League sell-off, or Weekend League hype, but over time, you are going to see this keep dropping in price. Going back to the Serie A specials really quickly, if you see any of these cards dropping over the next few days, I would recommend picking that up. I do think you will see those cards rebound again. In particular, the Dybalas will go up. The road to the finals also going to be a good one to get. Mertens' cards are going to continue to rise. The headliner, I believe, is like 300 plus K right now. He went up a ridiculous amount, and the reason for that is because he didn't get a team of the season card. He is in the market 310. His shapeshifter is up from 115. He's up at 160 now. And this card was probably like 80,000. Now he's 110. Yeah, it was about an 85K on Tuesday. He's now up at 110,000. I might take the coins on these cards because that's up a lot, especially with the headliner. But I do think overall the Serie A specials are going to continue to rise after this weekend. So if you do see them dropping in price, take a look at that as something you guys can invest in for this Thursday. Kind of similar to what happened with the Bundesliga is now that we've gotten all the overinvestment gone, now we can have a natural market rise. People are going to start buying into those cards because they want to link them to new players, and they also want to try to make some coins on the card as well. So any Serie A special, and we're talking meta, guys. We're not talking like really, really shit cards. We're talking like, you know, past specials of Team of the Week cards, of Team of the Season cards. For example, you might want to look at Manolis' Inform to go up a little bit because if people don't want to buy the 200 plus K version, they'll buy the 86 instead. You know, Inform Ronaldo's, Inform Dybala's, the team of the group stage, Lautaro Martinez, Alejandro Gomez, right? Any of those kind of cards. You probably want to buy into those if they drop a little bit this weekend. Now, I'll talk about this tomorrow night, but we're going to have a video tomorrow talking about League On specials. And I know that's a lot. That's what people want for me to show you guys. So we'll have a video on that tomorrow. Last thing I want to cover in this video really quickly is midfielders that went down today. What we saw last week with the Bundesliga, we saw cards actually rebound back up after Witzel's SBC came out. So if a guy like Tonali and some of these other Serie A midfielders like Nainggolan, you know, like those kind of cards, right? You will see probably a rebound in price if they drop back down. Like this guy's like 420 right now, but has all 80 plus stats. Feature stars are like not very, very supplied. So you might be able to see this card rebound in price a little bit over the week. I also believe that Italian icons, we saw something with Michael Ballack this Thursday. Michael Ballack this Thursday went up a lot. He went up like 70,000 coins from where he was. Yeah, he's about 347. He was like 370, 380 when he was back. He went back down at like 300, and then he went back up to 380 on Thursday. He's German. He gets a lot of links. So maybe if you're looking at some Thursday flipping investments, maybe you take a look at Cannavaro, Zambrotta, Maldini, any of these kind of cards that people, if they want to link two different players, maybe you take a look at these cards right here. He is currently on the market right now at like 370. If that goes down to 330, 340 by this week, that's something to pick up because I believe that with Italian players getting in and players to link, you might see some icons going up in price. Now, I don't believe there's a lot of Italians. Actually, if I'm being honest with you guys, there's not many Italians in this. There is Immobile, Acerbi, Insigne, Pellegrini, and Berardi. All of the Italian flags actually is something you don't want to get if you wanted to see a walkout blue. You want to see Argentina or Portugal. So, I mean, you could still buy icons. In my opinion, I still think that's going to be okay for this week. Again, they rose a lot on Thursday, so I expect that same thing to happen again. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys do drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here as well, and I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.